How to raise happy children. Happier kids through smart parenting. First of all, you need to be happy. So with a smile, we'll start the session. So these days, a certain kind of parenting is prevalent among all the parents because we all as parents, we expect our children to reach somewhere in life, right? We want our kids to achieve whatever they can or whatever we want them to be. So our parenting has reduced to a certain specific checklist. Okay, and it is common for mostly all the parents. In that checklist, what it is, first of all, we want to send our children to the best of the school, whatever we can afford.
Good morning, members of the staff and students. Requesting all the leaders of the
So this checklist which I was talking about, even I am a parent and I also have a certain checklist for my kids. We want our children to send to a specific school, the best which we can afford. Then we want them to go to the right class. We want them to get good grades. And on top of that, we want them to participate in all the activities that are being held in the school. And not even participating in that, we want them to achieve, win the competitions, all the accolades, all the rewards. They should have leadership qualities. And after schooling, they should go to a specific college which we feel is good for them. They should get a certain degree, then get into a certain career. In all this process, we are actually trying to live ourselves through our children. We feel they are our extension and we are trying to live our own dreams through our kids. Right? Do you feel that? Most of the parents do this, and this is a rat race these days. Everybody wants their child to perform well, and that also with a certain degree of perfection. Okay, I'll ask you a question. Whenever your child comes back from school, how many of you actually ask your child, okay, what did you achieve today? If there was a class test, how did you perform? What homework have you got? How many of you interact with the child and ask your child such questions? Okay, many of you have raised hands, I can see. Okay, now please raise your hands, those who asked your child that how was your day today? Yeah, I'm so glad to see that more hands are rising on this question. See, there is no problem in asking both the things. You need to be aware of how the child is performing, what grades he or she is getting. But more than that, what the child experienced during the day, how his day went, that is more important. Because when you are asking about the achievements of the child, what message are you giving to the child? That child feels that I will be loved and accepted only when I will get A grades or I will achieve something in the school. Okay. And when you are asking about how was your day, the child understands that my parent is actually interested in how I experience the things or the events which happened in the day. So there is a big difference in these two things. So we need to connect with the child and give that message that we are actually interested in the child, not what he is achieving and getting for you from the school. So raising happier kids should be our priority. Success in terms of achievement and rewards, that should not be our aim. Our aim should be raising successful children in terms of happiness and how they take life when it comes ups and downs, whatever it is, and they should have a self-confidence and the self-esteem should be intact. That should be our aim as a parent. Being a good parent, we always want to give best what we can do for the children. And we parents think that we are superhuman beings. We believe this, that our children cannot achieve anything that we are wishing for them without our support and our guidance. We feel that. That is why we are always correcting them, giving them advice. Right? But I am not saying that parental advice or correcting them is not at all required. But we should give them some space to be. Children should have their own free time to develop their personalities and best of their potential. So here I will be covering this topic in basically three important topics. The first one is that how we can emotionally connect with our child. That is very important. Second is how we can raise the self-confidence of our children. And last, and not the least, that how we can teach our children the art of happiness, how they can grow into happy adults. So first we'll start with the emotional connection. So why I am stressing upon the emotional connection? Because whatever you want your child to become, you need to first emotionally connect with the child. Then only the child is ready to take whatever you are suggesting the child or telling the child to do. For an example, if I tell you to pour water into a bottle that is closed, so it doesn't matter how much water you are pouring on it, the water will not go inside. But you need to open the tap, then you pour water, it will go inside. Similar is the case with children. If the child is busy somewhere, not ready to take your advice, whatever you are giving them, your pearls of wisdom, how much important and correct you are, but child is not accepting that thing, nothing is going inside. So first of all, you need to connect with the child. That emotional bonding has to be there. And how we can do that? There are three important times in a day when you can make that bonding very, very strong. See, these days, we generally don't have time. Everybody is busy. Even your child is busy. Going to school, then going to tuitions for outdoor activities. You want them to do everything, so nobody has got time. And rest of the time which is left, that is consumed by the mobile phones. So we don't have actually much time. But I will tell you the three important times. Even if you invest 5 minutes each for that, that will do the serve your purpose. The first time is early in the morning when you wake up your child. Whenever commonly we see this scene in the houses, when you are waking up your child, you are shouting and rebuking your child, telling him all the names, and you don't wake up in time. See, school bus will come, you are pretty late for this and that. Lot of chaos is there. But instead of that, if you just go and sit with the child, or if possible, just go and lie down with the child just for 2 minutes, 3 minutes, and then pat the child or run your hand through his hair or on the back, and with love and affection, you tell your child that, "Beta, this is the time to wake up." You will see the difference within few days. You will be surprised that your child was not waking up or getting out of the bed in 10-15 minutes. He will be up, and happily he will wake up. This is a magical process, and this time, early in the morning, the child's psychological need is of caring. The child needs to feel that he is being cared for. So this psychological need is met when you wake up the child with all the love that you have, and with polite and loving words. So the child's emotional need of caring is met this early in the morning. Second time is the meal time. Either it can be lunch or dinner, or it can be both. That time, when you are having meal, all the family members should sit together. And that is the time when child's psychological need of sharing is met. You share your love through the food as it is you are sharing, and then you need to share your day's activities with each other. Many parents complain that their children don't share anything with them. That is because of two reasons. The first one is that parents themselves don't share anything with the child. Maybe they feel they are too young to understand, or why to waste your energy talking about all these things. And second reason is that whenever child tries to tell you something, or they are sharing something with you, you just interrupt them and try to correct them. No, this was not correct, you should have done this or that. We give them suggestions, but we should not do that. Because that is the time just for sharing. That is a family time. No criticism, no correcting the child. That is for the later time. So, meal time should only be for sharing. And the third time in the day is when the child is ready to go to bed. It's sleep time. That time you can do the daring. Whatever you wanted to suggest or tell your child throughout the day, that is the time you should do that. With all the positive attitude and with love and compassion. Sit with the child, tell them if your child is small, tell them some moral stories and try to teach whatever you wanted to tell them. Or if your child is older, you can share some successful people's life stories. So So whatever positive thing you want to tell your child, do it at bedtime. When the child sleeps with positivity, it is very much obvious that he will wake up with positive attitude next morning. So these three needs of caring, sharing and daring, when these emotional needs are met, then you have a very strong emotional bonding with the child. And that is very, very important to raise happy kids. Now next comes the how to raise the self-confidence of the child. Why self-confidence is important for children to be happy? Because in life, wherever they go, they carry their self-confidence with them. If they lack in that, they won't be able to perform anything. They will not be accepted at many places, and this affects their happiness in this. So, how we can raise the self-confidence in our children? First, I would like to tell you that you must have seen so many videos, heard a lot of lectures, what to do, how to improve the self-confidence of your children. Lot of information is there on the internet, the books, from whichever source you are getting it. But we are not superhuman beings, as I told you. So we cannot actually do everything that is right for the child. It is not possible for every parent. But more than doing good to the child, it is more important to avoid making mistakes, because that harms them more. If you leave few things which are in the to-do list, that is okay. But mistakes you cannot afford to do. So first I will be talking about the mistakes, the common mistakes parents make during their parenting journey. And that first is that suggestion with fear. Whenever we suggest our child to do something, we add an element of fear with that. We tell the child to study hard, get good grades, or we'll send you to the hostel. Have your meal, or I'll take back your mobile, or I'll not let you watch TV. These are the common things that we tell our children. We make them do certain things and tell them the consequences if they don't listen to you. So in this process, the child is listening to you. That is there. The child will listen, but the child is not doing that particular thing because it is good for them, or they understand that yes, parents want me to do because of some reason. They are doing it just because they are afraid of the consequences which they have to face. So that fear element should not be there. So please avoid telling them, if you don't do this, I will take this privilege back from you, or I will not give you this certain thing. Always straightforward tell what you want your child to do. Second mistake that we make is argument in front of our children. Argument, mother and father arguing with each other, or any elderly people in the house. When they argue in front of the children, it really shatters their self-confidence. Such children can never have that complete and well-developed personality. They are always shy in nature, and they don't have that self-confidence in them. Third mistake is overprotecting our children. The same thing. We feel we are superhuman beings. We can do everything for our children. We can correct everything and make ways for them. In this process of giving everything to the child and being a yes mama or a yes papa for the child, whatever they are asking, we are serving them on platter. And in this overparenting and micromanaging everything, we are doing more harm to the children rather than doing anything good or helping them. And we should avoid this overparenting, because when they get the space to breathe and do their free, apply their minds and free will, then only they will develop into a balanced human beings, and they will be ready to face the world which they will be facing when they grow into adults. The next is compassion or complaint or criticizing your child in front of others. Many parents do this. They compare their child with his or her sibling or with some other child. If they have two children, they will say, oh, this one, you see, he's so studious, hardworking, always listens to us, always comes first in the class, and look at this one. He is always out of the house, up to some mischief all the time, never listens to me. So when you are comparing it, you think that with this comparison, this child can rise up to the level of the other one. No, this will never happen. You see from that child's point of view, his self-confidence is shattered, and he feels that he is not accepted by his parents. He feels the sense of rejection. And he will never even try, because give them advice, suggestions with love, and that also during their bedtime, which I told you. Now the things that we can do to raise the self-confidence of our children. First is your power of touch. Give a hug to your child as much as you can. Okay? Run your fingers through their hair, pat their backs as much as you can. Because your power of touch which you have, that is more effective than any other medicine in the world. It has got magical powers. Sometimes a guest or a stranger comes to your house or your child goes to play outside with other kids. Children feel shy. Sometimes they are hiding behind their parents, clinging to their legs. We should not criticize or correct them at that time. We should just hug the child or just hold the child and send him the message that I am there for you. You will see slowly, the child when doesn't feel alone. He knows the parents are there for me. His self-confidence and facing the strangers or outside world will certainly increase. Then is try something new. Let your children try doing new things. Because we have a specific schedule for our children, that routine work that they are doing, going to school, coming back, then having lunch, then maybe little rest, and then go out for outdoor activities. Then they are coming back to their homework, and everything is set. We want every moment to be enriching for the child. And in that thing, we forget to give them some free time when they can actually try to do newer things. It is important to study, do the homework, but it is as important to climb a tree or play at the roadside. That is also as much important. And when children do newer things, they are bound to make mistakes. So be ready to accept that. Whenever they are trying to create something new, maybe a drawing or anything they are doing, or they are experimenting with the maybe kitchen items also sometimes they are doing. So always show your excitement when you see that they are doing something wrong. Still, okay, you have to appreciate that they have tried. Next is give options to your children. Don't give any suggestions or advice. I'll explain with an example. Like if you want your child to drink a glass of juice, if you tell him to drink this juice, it is quite possible child refuses to do that. So because here we are telling him to do something which the child sees that it is your wish. Why should child listen to that? But if you give your child 2-3 options, whether you would like to have lemon juice or orange juice or milkshake, so here there are 2-3 convenient options and child will not think about saying no. And here he is thinking that the decision is ultimately his, the child's decision. So out of his own will, it is likely that the child will take one option, whichever is convenient to the child. So this is a very smart trick. You should never give one suggestion to the child. Try to give him 2-3 suggestions so that he doesn't have an option to say no to you. And next is the physical activity, which is very important. You all know physically active children, they achieve much more, they are more successful, even healthier, mentally also. So when the child comes back from school, make it a point at least for 1 hour, send them out of the house. All the activities cannot be done in the 4 walls of the house or inside a coaching center or a tuition class. They have to be outside. This will serve 2 purposes. First is that they will be physically healthy, mentally they will be healthy. Second is that they will be away from the screen. Either it is a TV screen or most of the times it is a mobile screen. Because mobile screens, children are these days getting addicted to this thing. During the lockdown it has started and it is now a never-ending process, and you also cannot stop your children from doing that. But please try to keep your child away from the screens because it is so addictive. It is as much harmful as any other substance or drug addiction or alcohol addiction. And have you ever seen anyone who is an alcoholic or a drug addict who is very confident and a very high performer? Have you ever seen such a person? Because such people, they have a lot of anxiety issues, mental health issues. That is why they are addicted to that, and they are always standing in the back of the crowd, hiding themselves. So when your child is into the mobile, he is always afraid or anxious about facing the real people. So there will be self-confidence. We cannot do it when the child is addicted to the mobile. We can never have a good self-confidence. Now, we have done enough for raising the self-confidence of the children. The third important thing is how we can teach our children to be happy. It is also an art of being happy. And the first and the foremost rule is you be happy yourself. Like I said, please have a smile on your face all the time. And always try to work upon your happiness, on your mental health. Because children, when they are small, usually, whatever they do, in whatever manner they are behaving, they want to make their parents happy. That is why they are doing whatever behavior it is, whether good or bad. They want to make their parents happy, they should be proud of their children. So they want to see a smiling face and a happy parents. Okay. So in every week at least take out one day when you go out and hang out with your friends who can actually make you laugh. And laughter is contagious. And when you laugh, you come home with a smile. Children's half work is done because they want to make you happy. If you are already happy, they don't have to put so much of effort in doing something for you or performing something for you so that my parents can be happy. So please work upon your happiness. Next is appreciate efforts of the children. Don't go after the perfection or what they are achieving. An experimental study was done on two sets of children, and they were given two sets of puzzles of different difficulty levels. One was very difficult, the other one was easier. It was told to the kids. And the children who were appreciated for their intelligence and their good results, you know what happened? They opted for the easier puzzle. And the children who were appreciated for their efforts, they chose to do and solve the difficult one. Why it happened? Because those who are appreciated for their intelligence and their achievements, they always have a fear of maybe if I cannot solve this puzzle, then what will happen? Because I am always appreciated because I get good results. I am always successful. The child's main goal is to complete the task and be successful and get good results. That is where he is focusing on. So the child always wants a easier task to do so that he can complete it and get the appreciation of the parents. But those children who are being appreciated for their efforts, they always want to take the challenges because they know that their efforts are being appreciated. The harder they will try, more they will get the appreciation from the parents. So it is very much likely that when they are putting in more efforts, trying to achieve something very difficult, they will reach it. The more intelligent children, the high achievers, they will maybe settle for the easier things in life. So your focus should always be on the efforts, how much efforts your child is putting. Whether he will be successful or not, that you should not be bothered about. Success will come sooner or later. Next is to teach optimism to your children. Always teach your child to look at the brighter side of life. Tell your child whatever is happening, it happens for some reason. Either good or bad happens. Either it will give you some benefits or it will teach you some lesson, but it has some purpose. So always look at the brighter side of life and have a positive attitude yourself. Then only the child will learn to see the positivity in everything. And last is practice gratitude. Teach your children to be grateful for whatever they have, more or less. Whatever they have, they should be grateful. For that also you need to play that role model. You need to be grateful for all the things that you have. And teach your child to maintain a gratitude journal in which the child must write at least one thing every day for which he or she is grateful for. In this process, the child will learn to focus on the things that he is blessed with, and child will realize that how much blessed he or she is. And that blessing only is going to bring happiness to the children. And when the children are happy, they have the self-confidence, they are bound to succeed in life, they will reach where you cannot even imagine or you have not even wished for your children. So be smart parents, appreciate their efforts, never focus on the achievements. And last is again, I will conclude my talk with this note, that never forget to smile. Smile is the only curve that will put the things straight for your child. A smiling and happy family is the thing that we all strive for, and this is what parenting is all about. And successful parenting or positive parenting that we call, that is only to raise happier kids, not high achievers or something like that. So thank you so much for patience in listening to me. And as I told you, I'm a counselor. I counsel so many parents when their children have any kind of behavioral problems. And one more thing I would like to tell you: when the child is misbehaving, please be sure that this child is trying to communicate something to you. Misbehavior, good behavior, bad behavior, whatever it is, child is trying to communicate something. And if you can understand that thing, your parenting job is done. So if you are facing any difficulty in this process, you can always contact me. My phone number is also there. You can note it down. And I'll be more happy to help you in any manner which I can. Sorry? The phone number is there. 9626. Okay, sorry. It is 00. 9636 001138.